Hi guys, today's the 25th of April 2019 at 25 minutes past 3 in the afternoon over here in the UK, and North Korea is issuing a chilling warning of army attack after US-South Korea missions. North Korea has discovered that the United States and South Korea have conducted a joint aerial exercise, and they're calling it a provocation, which they say their army will respond to. So, coming up to April 30th, where I'm looking out for a potential rocket or missile launch, it's possible that the response or retaliation that North Korea is talking about in response to these aerial drills conducted by South Korea and the United States will be some form of missile test or nuclear test, and that would coincide with the interpretation of April 30th and a rocket or missile launch of some kind. Just keep an eye out for it. Not sure if it's going to happen, but I'm just putting the interpretation out there for you guys. And along with North Korea saying there will be responses, retaliations, consequences for these aerial drills with South Korea. Iran is also sending an ominous threat to Trump, saying the US will face consequences after oil sanctions. So the 6-month extension on the waivers for the 8 countries that were buying oil from Iran expires on May the 2nd, and from there will be no more extensions, which means that Iran will suffer economically because they won't be able to sell their oil to anybody. Now they're saying that they'll find buyers for their oil, but the likelihood is that it will be very difficult for them to do so, and in response they may end up blocking the Strait of Hormuz, which is something that we're looking out for. Doing that would have a massive effect on the global oil supply, which in turn will have an effect on the global financial market, and that's something we're looking out for. The market's plunging, the prices of oil going up, oil delivery slowing down, and that appears to be what we see here, with the oil slowly dripping into the ocean. Obviously, it could be reference to an oil spill, but common interpretation is that because before, where we see Osama bin Laden, who kind of represents Pakistan and Iran, on this iceberg, which represents a ship with these soldiers, which also represent rockets and missiles. The interpretation is that they come out, block the Strait of Hormuz, and the oil slows down because of that, and war ignites in the Middle East, with Israel and the United States launching an offensive against Iran, possibly causing some civilian casualties, which we see here with the mother and child, and having a response come out after that, which looks like they could possibly reference intercontinental ballistic missiles. Unsure, but either way, it looks like they launched from a submarine. This is the top of the submarine coming out of the ocean, the pointy bits of the crashing waves. The fact that we have crashing waves and a tilting ship over here also suggests around that same time there is a volcanic eruption which causes a tsunami in the area. This area would most likely be the Mediterranean, or it could possibly be the Gulf. If it is the Gulf, then the resulting tsunami, I don't think is connected to a volcano. I think it's connected to an earthquake in the Indian Ocean. If it is the Mediterranean, then I believe that it is a volcano, and it's connected to Stromboli or Mount Etna around the Italy region, which will also affect the Vatican. So there's a lot of things lining up and connecting with each other. Anyway, moving on. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle expecting their baby soon. Odds had it coming in April. We're coming to the end of April, and Prince Harry is still attending events and stuff. So outside looking in, the judgment is that the baby isn't expected anytime soon. Otherwise, he'd be around all the time. So bookies are putting the odds on May rather than April. However, there is also a very small chance that the baby could be born in June. As you know, I believe that the royal family, especially Prince Harry, is connected to the Antichrist system. And if the baby is born in June, or at least between May 21st and June 21st, it would be born in the astrological sign of Gemini. Last year, I put out a video that the Antichrist would be emerging in June, and obviously that was last year. This year, I'm looking at it because it's the year of the pig, and we've got a lot of reference to the year of the pig. So June 2019, Antichrist, Gemini twins, St. Elmo's fire. I did all that research last year, And as I say, if there's a small chance of the baby being born in June, or at least between May 21st and June 21st, then it may be that, yeah, this is what we're looking at, the Antichrist being born. If not directly, then symbolically, that's what it represent. In the iPad Go-To video, we have references to twins, not just here, but later on in the video as well, with the Antichrist in the cave. That's part of the analysis I did in this video, which I'll post a link for underneath the video in the video description. But I'm thinking, if this is just a hypothetical, as most of this is, but if the baby is born in June and it's born in the sign of Gemini, it's possible that she could be giving birth to twins, similar to what happened with Beyonce. She had twins in the sign of Gemini. Obviously, she's a part of, I believe it's the Illuminati system, could be another system. There's many of them working separately and together. But if she does give birth to twins, according to this video, from my interpretation, it looks like maybe one of them dies. And biblically, if they're using Megan to represent the woman from the Bible, the woman, the dragon, everything like that, then if she gives birth and one of them dies, she gives birth to twins and one of them dies, then that would be the symbolic representation of the baby being caught up to heaven. And then obviously after that, in the Bible, the dragon then sends the flood after the woman. So that would kind of line up with my other interpretation of Meghan Markle giving birth and then an earthquake tsunami scenario happening. And I think, yeah, we just have to kind of wait and see if that is the interpretation. But if that happens, then biblically, the woman gives birth, the dragon's waiting, the child gets snatched up to heaven, the dragon then sends the flood after the woman gets taken to a place of safety. In the real world, that could translate as Megan gives birth to twins, one of them dies, that's the baby being caught up to heaven. Then an earthquake tsunami scenario happens, Megan and the royal family's in danger, so they, get out of the way, which could be the woman being taken to a place of safety. And then obviously we've got the reference to, which I think is already happening, the dragon going after the church, after the children, which represents the church. And we've had a lot of attacks on churches and cathedrals, and it does seem like all of that is unfolding at the same time as these other events are lining up to potentially unfold in the way that we've been looking at them for, watching for them to unfold. Either way, Heavenly Father, I pray that none of this happens. I know that your words are true and that revelation has to come to pass in some way or the other, but if this is a manufactured false flag kind of scenario, trying to trick people into believing that the time is now, then I pray that you remove the film, the veil, the cover from our eyes, and allow us to see clearly and allow our minds to remain open to your words. Heavenly Father, thank you very much. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.